Austin?
I think the Fiend is so dominant and just so scary, so nuts. He can't lose. He got burnt alive, and he's come back from basically the dead. So it's a 1 in a million chance for him to win.
Yeah, I think they just go on to the cinematic match afterwards, and then I don't know where either one of them goes, because this is a babyface with no one to face, and it's almost like we talk about this on podcast and a poll with the Undertaker, but they never seem that stuck as they are with this guy. Like, I just can't see who. I mean, you could create people weren't dead enough then to not make them back into stars again. Like Mankind and Vader and all these people could lose back then, but here in this situation, like, what are you going to do? Elias and the Fiend, Corbin and the Fiend. Like, who's going to give a shit? Who's going to believe any of that? It's not going to work. So yeah, I think he wins this, but then I just think it's going to be a very difficult year for both guys. Where are we at? It's not worth us talking about Bad Bunny and Damian Priest and Miz and Morrison, because that's like 1 to 20 odds. I guess just we'll discuss very quickly the expectations from this match. Like, Vince, how do you think this will go?
I think it'll be okay, bro. I think it's going to be short and sweet. They're going to rehearse it through a million times, so Bad Bunny will know exactly what he has to do. So I'm sure it'll be serviceable. I'm sure it'll be okay.
Here's what I'm dying to say to you. And actually, like, I spoke to some wrestlers this week and they agree. What did you think about this guy coming in and actually cutting a bet? I don't know if you agree, but me and Cav both agree, the wrestlers agree, that he cut the best promo going into WrestleMania. I actually felt like he was legit and resonated with him. Like, did you get that, or do you just think you didn't think this was good?
No, I thought it was fine, bro. I thought it was organic. It didn't feel scripted. It felt real. It felt like it was coming from him. So absolutely, bro. I thought it was very well done.
It's funny that Billy said that, because that was going to be the thing I was going to mention, that me and Billy talked about this, and I almost felt like I'm going to get attacked. I might be the only one who thinks this, but I go, Bad Bunny has the best promo in of all these guys. I'm like, Edge, of course, I think Edge is probably better, but I was like, it was heartfelt. You could understand him. I always thought that was going to be a problem. Like, you couldn't understand him with a thick accent. It wasn't a bad accent. You could hear it, and it was very real. It was like a man who was getting pushed around, and it was like, I'm not taking this. And me and Billy were right when we said it was going to be a tag team match the whole time, right?
Yes. Yep.
Austin?
Yeah, I just think Bad Bunny and Damian will easily win.
Did you like his promo on Monday?
Yes, it was a pretty decent promo, but I don't know why they did all this stuff. Why didn't they just make the tag team match straight away?
I think, like, just because people are more interested in seeing the singles, and I guess it would have, like, lured him in for a few weeks. I mean, I think they still think he has crossover appeal. You know what, Vince? I spoke to my brother, and he knew, because he works in the music industry, he knew exactly who Bad Bunny was. I should get him on the brand one week to talk about this, because he's booked Bad Bunny for a few events. Bad Bunny gets $1 million per an appearance.
Jeez.
So WWE are definitely getting him cut price to come on every week, because he's not busy, like I was saying.
Yeah.
With that Logan Paul, because I mean, that he may come off as goofy, but actually he's pretty pricey to get in when he's busy.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Strowman and Shane. The odds here are Strowman is the 1 to 3 favorite, and Shane McMahon is 2 to 1. Vince.
I mean, bro, you got to put Strowman over, right? I mean, unless they're gonna keep Shane on the roster. I mean, you've got to get Strowman over in this match. I mean, without a doubt.
Yeah, Strowman has to win, and this is the worst storyline I've seen in quite a while, and that's saying something. I mean, I was telling
the worst storyline now is really bad. Like, to be the worst now and nothing's going on.
That's true, man. Yep.
I had said to Billy earlier, Vince, when we were talking about this on our show, I said, at least for storyline, they could have brought up Raw Underground, and that he went in and started beating up all Shane's guys, and that's why he's pissed off. I'm like, At least there is something in, and we would have had problems with that too, but it's compared to, I think you're a dummy. And did you see the reaction of Braun where he goes, after I win, you're going to look in the mirror, and he's like, no, No. Like what is this? What do you care? This guy calls you a dummy. And then he's doing the stuttering. But I don't have any clue what the hell's going on. I do enjoy watching Shane have a match. I will say it's a guilty pleasure. He has good matches.
Your story was better for why they should have a match, because Braun Strowman came into the Raw Underground and beat everybody up, and then he got cancelled.
And what about Dabba-Kato? Is he supposed to come and help? Is this the word that I've been hearing around?
Yeah, I think so. For my prediction, I think Shane will win. I think that they'll build for something for Braun to do. They'll build not necessarily a stable, but a short-term like group of guys that he will have to go through. I think that getting Elias on WrestleMania, this is going to be his role. Then you've got like Jackson Riker. You could have Dabba-Kato get involved in this as well because he lost to Strowman in the Raw Underground. So, yeah, I think that Strowman will look strong in victory, strong in defeat. I don't think he needs to win. I think he'll end up getting Shane alone in some other match. I think this will probably build to another match, unfortunately. Austin?
The complete opposite of what you said.
Okay.
Absolutely terrible. Makes no sense to me one little bit.
Okay. What do you think? Do you think Braun just wins, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
He just like does that annoying, stupid train thing.
Oh, that's awful. You picked up on that. The train noise when he runs around the ring. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we'll move on to we'll quicken up now because this is getting down to the filler parts of the card, which is actually Big E and Apollo is a story. So we'll discuss that quickly. Then we'll just run through predictions. Apollo's the slight favorite at 4-6, minus 150 US odds, and Big E is 11-10, which is plus 110 US odds. Vince,
I'm keeping it on Big E, bro. You've got to figure out who you're gonna go with and go with them. Big E is a big dude. Big E is a star. You know, I think they got him out of that ridiculous New Day gear and all that stuff. Big E is a guy you got to go with, bro. You got to start getting some of these guys over. You got to leave the belt on Big E.
I'll go with Apollo to win this because how many 500 chances will he have? He's got that spear with the pair of balls at the end of it. And we don't know what this, drumline match will be. So it's a way to get out of it without having him lose cleanly so he could still look strong. However this match is going to be, it'll be some wacky way to get the belt off of him. So they both, save face here. But after a gimmick change and all that kind of stuff, I would think they have to have Apollo win.
Sorry, I'll go. I'm going to go with Vince. I think that this is the Carmella Sasha situation again, where they built a character in with a new gimmick, but it's just to strengthen him up as a challenger because Apollo couldn't challenge as Apollo, and there wasn't really anybody left here, and they decided to put this coat of paint on him, but I don't think it will make any difference. And I think then they'll really struggle what to do with him because that will just be the same situation that Carmella's in. Austin?
Two things. The exact same thing as Cab because he has every prediction that I have every time just before me. He's looking like really strong. And I think he will win because, I
hope he does win. Yeah, this is not what I want to happen. I know you want him to win. Yeah, everyone
wants him to win. Vince, do you want him to win?
Who?
Apollo.
I haven't watched SmackDown in months, so I honestly would want, if I'm writing this show, Big E is my star, and I would keep Big E strong.
Yeah, Vince does Raw now.
Stuff with that Nigerian thingy match. I forgot what it's called.
I don't know. It's the Nigerian drum match or something. Yeah.
drum. That's the thing. I'm like, Vince, meanwhile, SmackDown is the by far better show than Raw. I'm surprised you're, suffering through Raw instead of trying to watch SmackDown. I look forward to SmackDown, actually.
I get paid to suffer through Raw. I don't get paid to watch SmackDown. So
I just do it as a sadomasochism. I watch Raw, I guess. That's all.
Yeah.
So Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. Cesaro is actually the 1-4 favorite here. So I don't know if the bookies know something I don't. Rollins is 3-1. Just quick prediction, Vince.
God, bro, it's like Cesaro's so long in the tooth, and he's been there forever, at least
So I'll ask you the other question we asked on the show. Cab asked me this question. We'll ask you. Can he, if he wins this, which he's favorite to do, can he actually be rebuilt back up? Can you lose too many matches to be taken seriously? I mean, you're a writer and you.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. And he has. Yes.
Okay. But you think
at least Rollins has won enough big matches to still have some credibility. You're not going to do anything with Cesaro at this point. It's the same thing with Sheamus. You can't do anything with these guys at this point. It's way too late.
I agree with Vince. I think Cesaro is going to win this because they are trying to pull him up from a nosedive. I don't think if he beat Roman clean, you would have belief and you'd be like, nah, this isn't going to last. You would just, it's too many losses, as we say. And the Sheamus thing, 100%, it's, all right, he's a huge, great looking, fits the part and everything. I don't buy it. There's too many. It's too much L's hung on him.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Sheamus next because he's taking on Matt Riddle for the US title. Riddle is it's the same odds actually. Riddle is the 4-6 favorite, and Sheamus is 11-10. You can find him at 6-5 plus 120. Vince.
Yeah, Riddle, man. Riddle's the up-and-coming guy. Plus, they've already beaten him way too much on TV. But he's the up-and-coming guy. He's the future of the company. Sheamus has been there forever. He doesn't mean anything anymore, nor will he. Definitely Riddle.
I'm going with Sheamus as kind of a reward because he did not get the main event. And I think this is his here's your participation award and do it. The only thing that scares me is that he already beat Riddle the other night. But it almost looked like Riddle turned into a bad guy pushing Sheamus afterwards when he was pissed off because he lost. But I'll say Sheamus just as a concession prize there.
Yeah, I agree with the concession thing. I actually delivered. I tweeted out to you, Vince, and emailed you. I produced a video this week showing you a clip that Sheamus recorded, a video promo package that Sheamus recorded, which was supposed to be as WWE champion, didn't air. I got sent it, and I sent it to you. Be a brand exclusive. We can air it. We can air it. Cool. And then also like a bit from a WWE documentary where he said that should have been the main event, and then he turns to Cesaro and starts crying.
I saw that one. That one I saw.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go for Sheamus. Austin, this match, and you told me I forgot to ask you. He nudged me and said I forgot to ask him the Cesaro Rollins prediction. So do both.
Rollins on the Cesaro match.
Okay. Well, you get big odds if you want Seth Rollins, 3-1.
Okay, I'm gonna pick that.
Okay.
And I have a whole mini description here.
Okay. Quickly.
I think that Sheamus will win because he's been doing a bunch of other documentaries on the WWE network, and Matt Riddle is really dumb and goofy, not looking like he's going to retain the US Championship.
He is dumb and goofy, but I think he's not just dumb and goofy. We saw other things this week with all the drug references that they snuck in with the New Day. Did you with Xavier and Kofi with their really great acting, like rolling their eyes and everything. This is an automatic for me. New Day versus AJ and Almas. I don't think AJ and Almas are in this match to lose. They're currently the 1-3 favorites to win it. I think this is still not short enough odds. I would happily put £600 on this to win 200 back, 200 profit. I think this is so easy.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, bro. They're not going to put these guys in their match. The first match for Omos to beat him, that's not going to happen, definitely.
And the Grand Slam for AJ, please.
I'll go with AJ and Edwards James Omos in this one too. And I think this is going to be a match where it's Haku doing all the work and Andre comes in for 2 spots and then gets back out and lets Haku do the rest of the work again.
Agreed.
Yeah, straight up AJ and Omos.
Okay, so I think that Owens and Sami Zayn is the last match I think that I've got listed here that I haven't covered. Owens is the 1-4 favorite. Logan Paul's going to be in this match. Vince?
Well, from everything I'm hearing, Sami Zayn is one of the hottest things on that show. So Again, if I'm booking, I am keeping Sami Zayn hot. So I would keep Zayn over.
I worry with this Logan Paul thing, like they're going to want him to have a match and he would have to screw over Owens to do this. And Owens kind of pushed him out of the way when he walked in the ring last week. I was surprised that Logan Paul wasn't a douchebag either when he came out there. I was ready to really hate him because I don't know really anything about him other than his big mouth usually when he's trying to promote something. I'll stay with I think Owens wins, but I am worried about the whole because Logan Paul was kind of not on Sammy's side, but if he's going to be around, I'm expecting something.
And Austin, last one. You don't have to read it, just say.
No, I'm not reading it. About the Logan Paul stuff, Logan Paul is a complete goof on YouTube. He is terrible. Look, this is Logan.
You can't put a YouTube video on a YouTube video. It's copyrighted. But we get
what he does. He's opening the $1 million first edition Pokemon card.
Yeah,
he's opening Pokemon cards for nearly 2 hours. That's what he does.
Yeah, I mean, so he is a goof if you want to, but I mean, he's this is what
a rich goof.
I don't get this whole influencer culture and all this kind of stuff, but that might just be my age. Like I'm now at the age where I don't get things. Like he's got this Instagram channel and YouTube channel. He changed it from Austin's Toys to Austin's Toys and Games and wants me to get involved with all of this stuff, edit this stuff for him where he split screens his reaction to him playing. And one's just going to be I would never watch someone playing a game.
It's like Twitch. That's what they do, I guess. Yeah, I don't get it either.
Yeah, but that's what they do. So
unless they're dressed like Paige playing video games.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. So I mean, I don't think he's going to go down that route. Do you want to talk about your stuff and then you can go?
Austin's Toys.
Austin's Toys. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a bunch of toys.
Yeah, so like all these toys, all these toys behind. It's Austin's Toys and Games now, Kev. Like I literally.
Okay.
Was said, yeah.
And I play Fortnite, Minecraft.
Yeah. All right.
So what you just said, no one should ever watch. You want us to?
Well, I said what no one should ever watch, but he's got it going, so he's into that. But for my stuff, I'm at obviously we are all at Podcast on a Pole. So if you guys enjoyed the Attitude Era, which was the prime time in wrestling, written by Vince Russo, we do a podcast once a month. So it's not one of these weekly things, and it's not. And just because it's once a month doesn't mean it's 5-6 hours. It's an hour and a half or under every single month where we talk about the month that we're in. So January will be January 97, February 97, March will be March 97, April 97 is the episode that's out now. There's only 6 episodes to go back and listen to if you want to catch up with everything. Talks about Vince getting involved in the wrestling business, how he got his role, and then all of the inside backstage goings on with everything that's happening, plus recapping the best era in wrestling. That's Podcast on a Pole, and our Patreon page is podcastonapole.com. My betting website is lockbetting.com. I've delivered 94 months in a row of consecutive transparent profit, and already we are 8 days into this month, and we're already £1,500 up. I actually gave Vince a £100 baseball winner the other day because when the baseball guy puts in those big plays, he has like a 75% hit rate on those. So yeah, we landed a play on the White Sox against the Mariners. We took the same play the next night, but he had it for half the money, which is why I didn't send it to you. But when it's big, I will send them over to you. Cav, where are you at?
All my nonsense is at Lingus Mafia. That's my nonsense podcast. And Billy, that show for April is released on Monday, the day after WrestleMania, April 1997. That's when that will be out.
Monday the 12th, the day after WrestleMania.
Yeah, day after WrestleMania.
I've been plugging it the 10th. I've been telling everyone it's the 10th. It's on the day of WrestleMania. So you can break
because you're like, it's out now. I'm like, no, not yet. Day after WrestleMania. So,
right.
But all the other shows are on there. We already have multiple months on there, so you guys can catch up. I get constant feedback of how good the show is and how entertaining. They said, I heard today from somebody that said, you guys do a show that no one else does because Conrad has those other shows where they go after different subjects. No one does month by month of someone's career, and Vince's goes from Attitude Era, fantastic, and goes into the rival company that no one ever did. fantastic. So that's what you're going to have to listen to.
Vince, where can we find your other stuff?
Yeah, just check out my 2 podcasting platforms, russosbrand.com and patreon.com/Russo TWC.
Before we close out, Austin, you can go. You go play. Oh, go bed. Before we close out, the World Series odds, Vince. I want to just run through your World Series winner, your American League winner, and your National League winner, just very quickly, because I know you get stuck talking about wrestling all the time. For the World Series, Dodgers favorites 3-1, Yankees 11-2, Padres 8-1, White Sox 11-1, Mets 12-1, Braves 14-1, Astros 16-1, Twins 16-1, Blue Jays 18-1, Cardinals 22-1. Everyone else is bigger than 25-1. Who do you like? I know you said to me you were looking for an underdog at the start of the season. Who do you like now, a few weeks in?
Bro, I tell you, I made 2 bold predictions because they're 2 long shots. I have the Braves and the Blue Jays going to the World Series, bro.
Really?
Yes, I do. I broke it down. I broke down every division. I broke down the wild card, and I have the Braves as the 2021 World Champions.
Well, I got the Blue Jays here as 9-1 for the American League, and over on the National League side, we got the Braves at 8-1. So I mean that's big. Just if even one of them get there, who are you like more confident about if you were to take one?
The Braves.
Any reasoning behind it?
I think they've been building the last couple of years. They should have beat the Dodgers last year. They were up 3-1. It is very, very, very hard to repeat 2 years in a row. I think the Dodgers are going to have their hands full with the Padres before they ever get to the Braves. And I think that's going to take a lot of steam out of them. And if they do get past the Padres, I think Atlanta is going to have the momentum at that point. Like I said, man, they should have won last year. They were up 3-1. I don't think that's going to happen again. And I think the addition the addition of Charlie Morton really, really puts them over the top. A veteran pitcher with those young rookies. I like the Braves a lot this year.
And you used to live there as well.
Yes, I did. Yeah, and I'm not a fan of Atlanta by any means.
Yeah, you and me both.
That was the only WrestleMania I went to where they lost my bag. So I had to go to World of Coke and buy some new T-shirts. I already had it booked in the next day, so I went to World of Coke and bought like 3 T-shirts from there to get me through till the bag came back.
Of course, Billy went right to a place called World of Coke. I think there's a lot of value with, and not because I'm a Mets fan, that is a good value. If you want to just put down a couple for that, because that's a good odds for a team that's pretty stacked, and they're young. But I really like the White Sox as well. They've been building up, and I do like the Padres. If Tatis isn't really messed up after his shoulder popped out, I like the Padres. It is hard not to do those 2 number ones where it's Dodgers and Yankees. And then it's like, who the hell do I vote for in that? Who the hell am I going to want to win that one? Because I can't have the Yankees, and living over here in the North Bay, I sure as hell don't want the Dodgers.
Very odd when you support. You live in San Jose, you support the Chicago Bears, and then you support the New York Mets in baseball.
Born in New York, then to Chicago, then to San Jose. So you're raised with the baseball thing. My brother and everybody's still over there, Mets fans. Lived in the Midwest during that whole time, during the good Bears times. So I have all that Chicago with the Bulls. And then hockey over here, if you even want to mention hockey, is the Sharks. So that's where I go. And, I like the Giants as living here. They were not one of those teams where you're like, oh, I'm sick of them. I could appreciate them. They were almost like my secondary team since I was over here. Loved watching Bonds during that whole entire time where he was hitting. That was unbelievable. You would stop and turn on the game when he was up, or puttering around cleaning up. Bonds was up, you stopped. And I recorded the home runs when that was time. Like I put in a videotape and got all that on there. So yeah, that was a joy. I loved watching Bonds, and people who hate Bonds, I'm like, oh, go away. So I love Bonds. There you go, Bill.
All right, thanks, guys. Okay, so that is your show. As I said at the top of the show, this is going to be simulcasting on the Dirty Sheets and Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm on a Sports Gambling Podcast every week. I host the Soccer Gambling Podcast, and we do the Dirty Sheets every week on Tuesday. You can follow Cav at his Twitter account, which is at Lingus Mafia, and my wrestling news is at thedirtysheets.com. That's it for us. Enjoy WrestleMania 37. Thanks for watching and for listening.